Teacher burnout is real, my friend, but today we're going to uncover the root cause of what it is and how we can stop it in its tracks. I want you to stick around because today I'm going to be sharing some key insights that every teacher, whether you're just starting out in a classroom or you've been teaching for years and years, I'm going to show you what we can use to not only prevent burnout, but actually thrive in the classroom as well. Welcome to the Teacher RockStar podcast, the podcast that's dedicated to providing valuable insights, practical tips, and proven strategies to equip new teachers for success. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, retired educator, published author, and teacher coach. And I want you to join me in this episode as we offer a supportive platform for navigating the challenges of the teaching profession. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing the real reason teachers burn out and how to beat it, okay? Did you know that 40% of teachers leave the profession within the first 5 years? Now, that's according to the latest stat that I read. Teacher burnout is real, my friend, but today we're going to uncover the root cause of what it is and how we can stop it in its tracks. I'm a veteran teacher with 20 years of teaching experience. And I've seen and experienced the highs and the lows of teaching firsthand. And I'm here to tell you, that teacher burnout isn't just working long hours and dealing with challenging kids, although that's a good part of it. After 2 decades in the field, I know what really drives teachers out of the classroom and, more importantly, how we can keep our passion alive. I want you to stick around because today I'm going to be sharing some key insights that every teacher, whether you're just starting out in a classroom or you've been teaching for years and years, I'm going to show you what we can use to not only prevent burnout, but actually thrive in the classroom as well. Now, you're going to walk away with practical strategies that you can implement right away. You're going to feel more balanced, more energized, and in love with teaching again. So, I'm going to be sharing 4 critical strategies that you can employ in your classroom, okay? So, number 1, the real cause of teacher burnout isn't what most people think it is, okay? Most people think it's the long hours and the difficult children and managing behavior, etc. It's not just the workload, okay? It's emotional exhaustion, okay? What do I mean by that? Well, it's exhaustion from caring deeply about your children every single day. That's what it is. Now, teachers constantly manage not just lessons, you know, but also students' social and emotional needs. I want to go ahead and share a quote with you. I quote, "We don't just teach subjects, okay? We're handling emotions, managing relationships, and sometimes being the only supportive adult in a child's life." End quote. Okay, very important there, huh? Okay, the second thing I want to share with you is lack of support and resources. All right, you know, often teachers are expected to do so much, okay, with limited amount of resources. Now, if you've been in a classroom any length of time, you know that's true, okay? Administrations sometimes overlook teachers' mental health and well-being over what? You guessed it, academic expectations. This constant struggle to meet high expectations and with few resources leads to frustration and burnout. Are you a teacher who finds yourself drowning in the challenges of classroom management? Do student behaviors leave you feeling overwhelmed and drained at the end of each day? Picture this, a classroom where your students are not just present, but fully engaged, focused, and eager to learn. Say goodbye to classroom management stress and hello to success. The Teacher RockStar Academy course is meticulously designed to equip you with the tools and strategies needed to skyrocket your effectiveness as a teacher. Curious to know if the Teacher RockStar Academy course is the missing piece in your teaching journey? If you're ready to reclaim control of your classroom and witness the incredible impact on your students, then use the link in the podcast description to learn more about this program. Now, the third thing, unrealistic expectations and pressure. You know, many teachers in the classroom today, feel way, way pressured, meeting high standards without the proper support. unrealistic expectations from parents and administrators and even ourselves, they can add up, you know. Over time, what happens? Well, this pressure creates stress and exhaustion. Moving on to tip number 4, how to beat burnout and reignite your passion for teaching. Okay, now, very important here, okay, is setting boundaries. Okay, I know it sounds easier said than done. Choose clear work life boundaries to protect your time and your energy. Avoid taking work home every day. Okay, very important there. Now, I used to, if I told you that I never took work home, that certainly wouldn't be true because I have, but I've learned as the years time went on to kind of implement some strategies that would help me to preclude doing that. So, schedule time for grading. If it meant you stay in maybe pick one day a week where you stay maybe just an hour later after school and do your grading and be done with it instead of taking it home. That would be one thing. The same thing with planning. Maybe have a time during the week, pick a day where you spend some time planning. Here's a tip I'd like to share with you here. Set a specific end time for your workday. And you know what? Stick to it. Leave the rest for tomorrow. Believe me, it's going to be there tomorrow. Another thing is prioritizing your self-care, and I can't emphasize that enough. Make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. Now, include time with friends, go to the gym, spend time walking, do your favorite activities, like maybe you like to read, okay? Small steps like getting enough sleep and eating well, they add up, okay, to major benefits. I promise you that. Seek out support, and that's probably one of the biggest things. Teaching is a lonely business. I mean, think about it. You go in your classroom, you shut the door, okay? It's the only profession that I know that a teacher just new to the profession comes into the classroom and is expected, okay, to perform like a 20-year veteran, which is unrealistic. So seek out mentors, a trusted colleague. You're going to find that is going to be very, very important to you. What else here I want to talk about here? Building a support network can provide encouragement and practical strategies. Sometimes a quick chat with a colleague can lift your spirits and offer fresh ideas. Focus on purpose, not perfection. Shift the focus from trying to be the perfect teacher, all right, to remembering why you started teaching in the first place. Celebrate the small wins, okay, and the impact you make, even if it doesn't always feel huge. Okay, so celebrate those wins along the way. All right, now, the last thing, keep the flame alive. Now, what do I mean by that? Remember that burnout is common, but it doesn't have to end your career. It's about finding what renews your passion for teaching and making that make that a priority. Take one small step today, and maybe it's setting a boundary, all right? Reaching out to a colleague or just doing one special thing for yourself. Your career, your students, and your future self will thank you, all right? So I hope that's helped, and we have come to the end of today's episode, my friend. And I do want to thank you for listening to the Teacher RockStar podcast. I'm your host, Steve Hiles. I'd appreciate your comments. Tell me what you thought about the video, but drop your comments below. I'd appreciate that. And we're going to see you same time, same place next week. And always remember, you got this.
You've been listening to the Teacher RockStar podcast with your host, Steve Hiles. We hope you've enjoyed this podcast as much as we have. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our ever-growing community of Teacher Rockstars. Until then, thanks for listening.